What's up, guys? Kyle with Max Conversion here with you today to walk you through how to set up a landing page that converts in Google Ads. The step-by-step process that we take at Max Conversion to set these landing pages up, test to make sure that they work, and our structure for how we set up different landing pages in different industries. We've got 8 years experience in the Google Ads industry. We've walked companies from a 5 to 10% conversion rate all the way up to a 40% conversion rate in certain industries, helping them get more out of their Google Ads. And I'm going to walk you guys through exactly what we do here. So let's jump into some results first, walk you guys through exactly what you want to look at first, and go step by step and figure out what you need to do to improve. So first thing that we're going to see is this example. So this example, we were running the ads and we were running it to a landing page that was, the initial problem was that the page speed was way too slow. It was taking about 4 seconds to load. And you can see here, March 16th, May 1st to March 16th, we were getting about an 8% conversion rate. Very, very bad in this industry. It's not profitable at an 8% conversion rate. Every industry is going to have a little bit of a different conversion rate. We've got some that do great, consistent 40%, like trucking insurance, and then some that are more so 15% in certain industries. It really varies per industry at the end of the day. But you got to understand the benchmarks for your industry, where other people are at, so that you can gauge where you can get to. Not every industry is going to have a 25% conversion rate by any means. Getting an idea and a benchmark on this. But this one we knew, we've run these campaigns for a really long time because of this one change that we did. And so before you guys jump into your landing pages and make any changes, the first thing you want to look at is your search term report. So you go over here to the left-hand side, click search terms. And you want to make sure that the searches that you're getting clicked on are good quality and related to you, right? So if you're a plumber near me, plumber in location, any other terms related to plumbing, if you're a mover near me, mover in location, et cetera, et cetera. If you're a septic guy, demolition guy, any of those terms, you want to make sure that they're related to what you're looking for. Now, if they're unrelated, that's your first problem. So the first problem is you need to fix your search terms before you do anything on the landing page, because your landing page could be great. You're just sending the wrong traffic to that page. So check search terms first. In this case, that wasn't what it was. So if we go back to the March 1st to 16th, we can see our search terms are really high quality, just like the rest of the month. These search terms are really good. So let's make sure that this loads here. All right, you can see here, junk removal, Kansas City, near me, removal, another city, company's cost, Lee Summit, metal junk removal. So these are all high quality terms. They're just very, it actually went back to the 17th to the 31st. So we can see March 1st through the 16th. You can see here that they are high quality. And the reason why we've removed these, this one was actually a city. It's a little outside of our area. This one, we are a single item pickup, so we just don't want those. But overall, extremely high quality still. We're getting clicks for the right things that we want to show up for, but it's just not converting. So we knew our problem wasn't the traffic we were sending to the landing page, it was the landing page itself. So the next step, what we do at Max Conversion to diagnose the problem, is we run a page speed test. And we don't use Google Page Speed Insights. We don't use GT metrics too often. You can use GT metrics and it does work, but we prefer a free online platform called Debugbear. Debugbear is completely free. It seems like it gives us the best results and insights on these landing page speed. And so what we're seeing here is the old landing page. We're seeing that it's taking 4.13 seconds to load the landing page, fully load the landing page. You can see here it's coming up at a second. They're still populating images. It's still populating the arrow. It's still populating headlines. And at the end, and it's really slow when it's loading, right? If you guys have ever loaded a page and even though you see this, you can't really take any action. You can't scroll, you can't move. And so if it's taking a while to load, that's a huge problem. People are not going to want to wait, especially nowadays. We all want things very quick. So make it user friendly and make sure that your landing pages are quick. So our visually complete landing page was at 4.13 seconds. That's over the threshold. Typically, you're going to want it 2 seconds and less. So If it's more than 2 seconds, you'll get a drop off. And there's been some studies out there done where the more it takes to load, the less likely somebody is to stay. So they could click on your ad and bounce off the page right away. Amazon did a study on seconds and milliseconds. The quicker their website loaded, the more somebody would be more likely to buy, basically. Now, with Amazon, they have a big testing pool, so that doesn't really apply, but the same theory can apply and study can apply to your landing pages as well. So what we did was we modified the landing page just a little bit, and we kept the same structure of the landing page, but we utilized a different landing page builder. And some landing page builders that are great out there, you've got Unbounce, Instapages, Lander Labs, a whole variety of different landing page builders. But we were using a very popular funnel builder, and it just wasn't working for us. We couldn't get the page speed down far enough for this to make sense. So we completely switched this landing page software, and we were able to get it down to 1 second flat. Sometimes this fluctuates between 0.8 and 1 second, but 1 second flat. So this is extremely quick. It's loading immediately. You can see here that these people that are landing on here basically they can take full action after about a second here, and they can see the full landing page. So very powerful. Just simply changing out the landing page software did this for us. We didn't need to remove any images. We didn't need to change anything drastically, simply just using a better landing page builder. So that's the next step, is make sure that your landing page is loading quickly. If it's not, that could be the issue, even if it looks really nice. Now, after this, say your landing page is loading quickly and your traffic is good. What do you look at next? Now you start looking at changing out the entire landing page, right? You want to make sure it's structured properly and following the right template to set these up. And for a lot of service-based businesses, you're going to have a very similar template across multiple different industries. I'll walk you through a few different of our examples on both desktop and mobile. So let's jump over to it. So this is our first example. This is the landing page that we changed it to. It's nothing overly beautiful or really anything very special. It's a simple landing page that we use that seems to work really well. And on mobile device is where the primary amount of traffic comes from. You can see here that it's got all the information above the fold. Above the fold means they don't have to scroll, right? So the more they scroll, the less likely they are to convert and turn into a lead. You want all the information above the fold. This means you want your logo, your phone number, right? So we've got call now, call now. You want a trust symbol. So we got Forbes Business Council 2024 here. You've got excellent 5-star reviews here on Google, 648 of them. You've got the form. If they want to fill out the form, they can see that and scroll down. This does look a little wonky on mobile, the padding and how separated this is, just because we're utilizing this on inspect elements over here. It does look a little wonky, but it looks better on mobile devices. But then what I recommend is having your main headline, bolding the offer in some form or fashion, right? The offer should be right in front of you where, hey, limited time, claim $100 off junk removal services in Kansas City area. And then you've got your bullet points here that is restating, hey, here's why you should trust us. We do have 648 5-star reviews. We do have Forbes Business Council 2024. We're calling out the specific time of year. Hey, it's spring. Get ahead of spring cleaning. But then you're restating, hey, we have 648 5-star reviews. We do complimentary, no obligation estimates. Something like no obligation estimate is not an offer, guys, but it's something that reassures them that, hey, they do that. Free estimate. I don't have to wonder about that when I call. Hey, we're licensed and insured. We've got a good team. And that backs up our 648 reviews. It's, hey, they have a lot of reviews. They're licensed and insured. They must be good quality, right? And then, hey, we're serving your area. They're local, right? So they're local. We've got good reviews. They seem trusted. They offer free quotes. They have a discount too, $100 off. Why wouldn't I reach out to them, basically? So they've got all the information they need to make a decision right up front, right? And so something additional we added was this scrolling fixed call now and get quote button that basically, if they don't convert at this point, you're going to have most people converting at this point, right? They're going to scroll down, they're going to fill out the form, they're going to convert at that point. Now, if they don't, they just want to get more information on you. So they've gotten enough to be like, hey, company's good. let me see something else, right? So you go down, they're reading more reviews. It's like, all right, this company's real. Now I can put some words into those reviews. They're restating their offer, some different spring cleanup. And then, hey, they do all this different stuff. And at this point, at any point, since we have the fixed button here, they can click get quote, go scroll up and fill out that form or call now at any moment. So that's why that fixed button is very powerful. It's because you never know when somebody's going to see some information that they like and makes them want to reach out to you. And if you're hiding or you have the call to action button higher up or down, it may cause a little bit of friction, not a whole lot, but a little bit of friction, which could cause them to bounce off the page. But if you always have that call to action there, it's always in the back of their mind that they should be reaching out. So that's this page here. We've got another page here that looks really nice and follows a similar format, right? So if we go to the mobile version of it, we've got, hey, professional junk removal company. And then we've got these buttons up top where when they scroll, they can get a quote or call us. Same structure, 5-star reviews. And they go down here. You can see here they can scroll through reviews. They've got 77 reviews and go through that process of, hey, they're a trusted company. Website looks great. Landing page looks great. They look professional. Let's reach out to them. So this is another example. Another example is this right here. So follows a very similar format. Phone number, instant quote button where it goes down to the form. It's got a image here that restates basically, hey, we've got the equipment, we've got the team, we've got the brand on the truck. You guys can reach out to us. And then we're restating the location, right? We're here in the state that you guys are looking to move in. We're licensed and insured. We've got 7,500 plus happy customers. And then they've got that offer here. So all of them follow a very similar structure where we include the offer, we have the trust symbol, we make it easy for them to reach out, and everything's above that fold. So if you guys are having a tough time figuring out how to structure your landing page, following these steps is the key that we found to success. There's additional things that you can do, such as on this one, we have a multi-step form where, hey, we're moving to, our estimated moving date, and then it asks the phone number, email, and that information. So if we go here and we're going here, and then we're going here, and we click next, you can see here it's got name, email, phone number, so it's a multi-step form. So you can do additional things like that on top of this landing page structure. However, for the most part, for most companies, a simple landing page that's fast, that highlights the benefits, that restates why they should trust you, and having everything above the fold, and then having some additional reviews on the site, having some different services, and always bringing them back to that call to action on calling you or getting a quote, you guys are going to have a lot more success with your landing page doing it that way. And so something I forgot to mention was that on these landing pages, so we go here, on these landing pages, it can be beneficial to have a menu here, but not a menu that goes to other pages on your website, but goes to sections on your landing page. So for example, on this landing page, we've got somebody who might click on Why Us. So it'll scroll down and it'll go to this section and it feels like a full-blown website to them. And we're not restricting their view by any means or where they can go. They feel like they have full autonomy. And this can create a really good landing page where you include that menu. It's not always necessary, and we typically recommend not having any menu on the landing page. But if you have a menu that just anchors and goes to a section just like this, it can be very powerful. That's really our full setup for landing pages, guys. Making sure search terms are good, your traffic is good. Page speed needs to be second, make sure that's good. That could be the problem. Third is your structure, making sure your structure of the landing page is nice. It restates all the reasons why they should reach out to you, having a good offer, including menu if you guys choose to do that, or if you don't choose to do that, having a professional landing page as well with photos, real photos of you guys, or if you guys can't get real photos of you guys on the job, make sure that next job you take those and put them on the landing page and use stock images until then that look real and just restating why somebody should reach out to you throughout the entire landing page. It's basically a sales page on here's all the reasons why you guys want to reach out to us and why we're so great. Because once you have that lead in the door, then you have that, then your sales process takes care of everything else. And the reason why you run Google Ads is simply just to make more money for your business. It's to get a positive ROI, expand your budget, and expand your business. This is the way landing pages should be set up. This is the way we do it at Max Conversion. We've been doing it for 8+ years, and we've tested hundreds of landing pages, some that have completely flopped, some that have worked really well, and we continue to use to this day. It really all depends, but we're always testing new landing pages, new templates, new setups. So if you guys got any use out of this video, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and stay tuned for more helpful Google Ads content.